Well, here's the first implementation or first segment or first podcast of Skip's Saunterings as I go about my day doing some errands. Nice to have the hands-free phone to be able to do this. Samsung Ultra S22, and pairing it with my headset, I can get the built-in assistant called Bixby to do what I want. So hopefully keep myself from getting any kind of tickets. But anyways, that's not the purpose of this podcast. Hopefully just 5 minutes long. Just a quick thought about Baby Huey, aka New Hampshire Governor Chris Sununu. Once again, he's crowing about how the state is going to control the housing market. We know that he's already passed legislation in the past such that local entities, towns, are going to have their zoning ordinances overruled by a state level board implemented by Republicans a year or so ago, in that if developers are having a hard time at the local level to start new development, they can appeal to this higher board. The board can then say, yeah, you're right, those people down at the planning board, the zoning board of appeals, even though they're either elected or appointed by locally elected leaders, they don't count for much because Baby Huey wants more workforce housing. He's not willing to let the marketplace go through. So he's now going to take $100 million of that money, and he said that let's see how many housing units the state can build. Well, maybe not quite the state, but if it's the state's money, it's the state building the housing. So the question is he going to put it in Newmarket where he lives? I'd love to see a developer come along and say, I want to put in a 200 micro apartment complex put in really close to Baby Huey's house. But no, I don't think so. It'll be like in California, where the only people who get those kinds of developments are far, far away from the leaders who are saying, you need to do this. Once again, a fine for me and rules for thee. No, this is just one more thing where the Sun King, as some of the groksters write about, is decided that he knows better than the rest of us. Now, there's that part of it, but there's also the culture part, which a lot of Republicans don't want to talk about. The culture wars. And they're fine and dandy when the free market decides to uproot and overthrow local culture. You know, free market, say in Peterborough. Well, all of those Massachusetts and New York liberals or progressives, okay, socialists, have come in and basically ruined the town. Now, if you take a look at a satellite picture of Peterborough, it's about a 4-block square town center, as it were. Nice little old town, New England style. But these people have come in and say, oh, we need, mixed use. We need high density. We have to stop sprawl. 4 freaking blocks and you're worried about sprawl? Come on, give me a break. Just the high housing and high land prices out there are going to stop most sprawl no matter what. But, they want to act like New Yorkers, like Massachusettsites, and say, hey, you're not allowed to do this. You don't need that. You can live above a market, a shop store, or whatever, and you'll be happy. These are the kinds of people that you can tell just by their words, their tell of, you don't need that. And that's what Baby Huey is doing to local towns. He's saying, you don't need your zoning laws. You don't need your rural culture. You don't need to be able to do these things. But there he is in front of the cameras, just fine and dandy and getting ready to, basically in my mind, destroy the New Hampshire advantage. I've always said for quite some time, we really don't have local control. because we are a Dillon's Rule state, which means that subdivisions of the state, like towns and school boards, really can only make the decisions that they do only because there's a state law, New Hampshire RSA, that allows them to do so. But we've tried to hide it from ourselves and believe that we've got local control. But here's one more time when the state, in the form of New Hampshire Governor, I'm getting tired of using Baby Huey, but I still don't have a better name, but Chris Sununu has decided the state knows better, and even further, he knows better, along with all the sycophant developers who give to his campaign and say, yeah, give me more, give me more. And that's the first installment of Skip's Saunterings.
Croc TV.